Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we are building this. It's a pool complex, but it is for a shell challenge. So part of it was already built before I started. Now I am starting on a smaller lot. I was originally going to do something a little bit smaller, and then things kind of got astray, and I ended up on a much bigger lot in Oasis Springs. Which I think I'm in Oasis Springs. I think I just went to a different lot in Oasis Springs, and yeah, went a little bit wild. So I created it's quite a fancy pool complex, which I had a lot of fun doing. So it's a lot of landscaping and getting out of my comfort zone with doing some pool work and that sort of thing. And at the moment, I'm just getting a shape to the pool. So I was kind of imagining like a big front kind of entrance area and sort of stone and sort of deserty colours. So going with those sort of light browns and that sort of thing for the desert. So this shell was from Sim Michelle. So I follow her on Twitch. She's a fabulous streamer. And she recently toured the builds for the shell challenge, and I got to see some of that, which was very cool. And yeah, so she did such a she was so kind with her words about this build. So I want to say thank you to Sim Michelle for this fabulous shell challenge. I had so much fun putting this together and working this out, and getting really creative with it. So doing something a little bit different, and yeah, out of the box for me. Because I don't do that many community lots, so this was quite cool to sort of stretch my wings a little bit and do something a little different, which is cool. I think we're going to be moving the lots very shortly, so I've kind of got the front of the build done. I haven't done obviously any of the landscaping as yet, but just sort of getting the colours and the shape and everything worked out, and it's definitely a modern vibe. Very modern, very sort of more towards the luxe end of things. I'm doing an upstairs pool. So this is what I'm building at the moment. So there's going to be like an upstairs pool area. And it's going to have like a barbecue kind of seats and, somewhere where you can sort of hang out and have like your, a little party, I guess. So this is the upstairs pool that I'm working on at the moment. There will be there will be a downstairs pool as well. There'll be like a hot tub. There'll be a playground area, another barbecue area. There'll be an onsen, so like a Japanese hot tub, and there will actually be a kiddie pool as well. So yeah, there's a lot to go in here, and now we are in the new lot. So I think it's on a 50 by 50 lot, pretty certain. So yeah, it's getting pretty big. So I'm going to work on our top area here. So I've done the fencing around the outside, and I'm just getting the ladder in there and just in the pool accessories. Just, making it nice and it is family friendly. It's a family friendly pool area. So just, but I just kind of got like a couple of areas which are more for adults. And I kind of felt like the upstairs pool area and the hot tub were kind of more the adult areas. And there is in the onsen, I guess, as well. But overall, it is very family friendly, and there's like a sauna inside, as well as locker rooms and bathrooms, and like your reception area as well. So, yeah. So it took me quite a while in this upstairs area just to work out how I wanted this to go. Like it wasn't like the seating that was the problem. It was actually the shelter. So I actually ended up building something interesting on the shelter, because that's me just having a look at what the height looked like and if it looked dumb, and I just kind of didn't like it, so it will be changing shortly. But yeah, I kind of had an idea for how I wanted to do the shelter, but because it is a shell challenge, I couldn't really build any more exterior walls, so I got like a little bit creative with it. So you can sort of see most of the furnishing going in here. I will play around with that a little bit more as I work out what I want to do with the shelter area, because I decided that I did not like the one that I've chosen, and this is where it's going to start to get creative. So I'm using this from the patio stuff pack. I think it's a light actually, and what I'm doing with that is actually I'm using that as a wall. So I was initially going to do a couple of those as the roof, but then I come up with something else. as you'll see there in a minute. But yeah, so I use these as the wall, so I'll do that on the other side as well. And then I'll gonna come up with something else for the roofing. It took me a lot of fussing around. I probably spent more time on that than a lot of the rest of the build. You know, just sometimes you get stuck in builds on doing like the most ridiculous, like spending a lot of time on the most ridiculous thing. So as you can see here, I've created a clear roof, and I did that by using the crystal, oh, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the crystal clear flooring that you get with Island Living. So you can actually use it on roofs as well, which I think is really cool. And I use it all the time on flat roofs as a sunroof. So that's what I'm doing here, basically. Just using it as a clear flat roof, and keeping up with the patio stuff pack lighting thingy-majiggy as the walls. So just, you know, made something of my own creation, which is cool. It wasn't like quite the right height, so I ended up doubling that up and lifting some of those panels up on the side just so it would meet and that it looked like a connected wall. So that's what I did there. It did take me a while of fussing around. So in this area here, just wanted to have it, you know, like barbecue, seating, chill. You know, you just may be listening to a bit of music and just, you've had your swim and now you're just having something to eat and chilling out. That's the idea. So I'm just going to start fencing the exterior. So I'm actually going to have a little parking area at the front. So this is why I've left like that area at the front, because I decided, well, you know, it's a community lot, so why not have a parking area? I mean, it's not obviously functional because we don't have cars in The Sims. You don't need them, but it's just for the aesthetic of it. So now I'm working on the downstairs pool. As you can see here, I'm just working out how I'm going to do, because I wanted to do a raised platform around the pool. So I'm just fiddling around with just getting it to work at the moment. I just got to do it like a certain way just to make it work. So that is what I'm working on. So that'll be a nice little raised platform that goes around the pool. And then I decorated around the edge by the fence. I wanted to add some greenery to that. So I actually used, you know, there's this little bamboo planter that comes with growing together. Yeah, this one here. So that's one that I put all around the edge, and I just wanted to use like the dark wood just to sort of really contrast against the lightness of, you know, the rest of the desert stuff. I actually end up moving the ladder actually down to where the other little bamboo thing is off to the left. So that got shifted away from the actual raised pool area. And I'm just using like a little fountain, like this is round fountain. I don't know which pack it's from. So that's what that big round fountain is. I can't remember which pack it's from. So use that, but I think I can make it a little bit smaller off to the side. So now I'm just doing the back patio kind of area. So that's going to be like barbecue and seating. So that's going to be the barbecue area, because I'm just trying to work out what is going to happen in each of the different spaces and stuff. So I'm just going to do a little bit of landscaping around the back. I'll skip over some of it, but you can see like a little bit of it going in here. So it's like palms and like those spiky plants, whatever they're called. Cactuses, all that kind of stuff. And in that corner I'm actually going to create like a cute little seating area, and that's going to have like some seats and a fountain, and then that's going to, next to that will be a play area for the kids. So it's kind of like a little hangout area for the adults while the kids are having a play on their play area if they wanted to do that. So just working on the terrain paint, just trying to make it look like it sort of fades into each other and looks a little bit more natural. It's kind of the idea. Don't know if you always win those battles, but hey, you can but try. So this is my seating coming in, and I am using the Desert Luxe seating that came with the Desert Luxe kit. And that's my little fountain going in. So just getting that in place, a little ball fountain, which I cannot remember what that's from. I don't use fountains enough for me to memorize which packs they're from, I think. So okay, now I do need to explain something here. So you can sort of see the car park coming together here. I have skipped over a bit because you can see there's like a pool and, you know, the big whale and stuff there in the background. Now, what happened is that I created that area, but when I went to play test it, it wasn't functional. So I actually ended up completely redoing that little section of the pool. So I decided that I wouldn't show me building something that wasn't functional, and also that wasn't actually in the end of it part of the build. So you'll get a very brief look at it during the tour of the pool that I actually did end up building, because I didn't end up recording the build of that kiddie pool. But what I did there is I created sort of an L-shaped pool, just a normal pool, and then within that L shape, like the inside of the L shape, if this makes sense, I created like a shallow pond. So for the kiddie pool, you can sort of go in there and you can wade. You can swim in the actual pool, and there's also a splash fountain, so you can go into the wading area and splash in there as well. So it was, yeah, it took me a little bit of figuring out to get that to actually be functional. So I have skipped over that part of the build for that reason. So that was an executive decision, and I think it was a good one, because, you know, there's no point showing you something that actually doesn't end up being part of the build anyway and wasn't functional. So I am working on the onsen sort of area now. I wanted to make it look like it flowed on from the rocks and just kind of make it look natural in that sense. And I like put candles around it, and it looks really pretty at night. And yeah, I was really happy with how that sort of turned out. I ended up doing like a little bit more landscaping and stuff, but kind of just skipped over that because it was just sort of more of the same sort of landscaping, just sort of spiky plants and cactuses and, you know, that sort of thing, and stepping stones. And I have play tested all of this build lightly. Like I haven't played in it like for hours or anything like that, but I did give it like a little light play test, and I did make sure each of the areas were functional, fingers crossed. So yeah, and it is up on the gallery, VelvettB, and I think it's called the Oasis Pool Complex, I think. So as you can see here, I'm working on the hot tub area. So this is what I would consider more of the adult hangout spot. So I'm using the Spa Day waterfall thingy and some of the bamboo just on the other side of it, just to sort of create that little enclosed area. And then I decided that I wanted to add fencing as well, again, just for that whole concept of like a little enclosed area that's got like a little bit of a privacy sense to it, you know, in case there's someone in there that, or maybe two someones that want to woohoo, as you sometimes do in a hot tub, if you know what I mean. So this is starting to shape up. We are coming along nicely in this build. And so this is just like another seating area. And so this is just in behind the bar. And now this is just going to be like a little dumpster area, because, you know, it's a community lot and you've got to have dumpsters and, you know, somewhere to put the rubbish, because there's very, well, you know, it's going to be quite big and quite busy. So it makes sense there will be quite a bit of rubbish. And as you can see there's a little playground going in there. So I mentioned that when I was creating the seating area off onto the side, that it would be beside the playground so that the adults can sit there and watch the kids do their thing if they want to. So that is that there. And then I'm just going to create our little barbecue area out on the back porch. So it's basically just picnic tables and a barbecue. I did end up playing around with it a little bit just to get it, you know, the way I wanted it, but it was pretty simple as far as the layout and stuff goes. I think we might just about be ready to go inside. And oh yeah, windows, I might need those. I haven't even done like windows around the place or anything. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted inside, but that middle bit, that took a little bit of thinking about, because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do in that middle bit, because I was initially going to put like a pool in there, but I changed my mind on that. And then I was just going to have it as a grass seating area, so you can see the grass in there. So I was going to do like a little grass seating area, and then I changed my mind on that. And yeah, so it did progress through a few different ideas. So now I'm just starting to think about what the interior rooms are going to be. So we're going to have 2 bathrooms, a locker room, And then in the central area, that's actually going to be our sauna room. So that's cool because I don't know. It just sort of occurred to me at one point or another when I was going through stuff. I was like, oh, a sauna, that would be perfect. Oh, you know what? I was actually thinking about what my public pool has, because we've got an aquatic centre here in New Plymouth. And yeah, it has like the outdoor pools, it has indoor pools, it has the little sort of spa, hot tubby type things, and it has like a sauna area. And I was just like, oh, I can put a sauna in. We have a sauna in the game. So, ta-da! We have a sauna. And I thought, you know, when you're thinking about saunas, you're thinking sort of light woods and natural tones and, you know, that sort of thing. I did initially think about going more stone, but I felt in this build like the natural woods would make more sense. So just doing a little bit of clutter around here. And you know what really bugs me about these shelves is that second shelf down, it doesn't have a shelf spot on it. It's like, why does this one shelf not have a shelf spot on it? What is that about? It always drives me nuts. But anyway, you can work around it, but still, it's just one of those little annoying things in The Sims 4 where it's just been missed. And I did actually think about the lighting in the sauna, because I did consider, I didn't want bright overhead lighting. I wanted to have sort of that sort of soft kind of a dark sort of, yeah, warm kind of feel to the lighting. So that's why I haven't done overhead lighting in this particular room, because I didn't want to do overhead lighting in here. I just wanted to sort of, you know, generate from different little spots in the room. I've done the little, I think it's Spa Day mirrors all up the wall, and then I'm just working on a little sink slash, you know, I guess more spa type stuff, but just, you know, little things that you can use in a sauna, I guess. Just niceties. As I said, this is a very luxe community pool. It's not your basic community pool. That's for sure. So this is sort of coming, I'm just sort of adding some towels, a sink, and a few bits and pieces in here, just little things that you might want to use when you're in the sauna. I don't know. I've honestly never been in a sauna. I have a bit of claustrophobia, so going in a sauna where there isn't like fresh air, where it's sort of, yeah, kind of, it's hot air, and I can't do hot air. It's just no. No thanks. So I've never actually been in a sauna to really actually see what they're like, so I just kind of had to use my imagination there. So hopefully I did okay. And now I'm just working on the front entrance area. So it's kind of like a big ring, all the public areas, and then you sort of go into your rooms on the inside. And so this is the front area, so you've got your seating. This is the front desk going in here. So I thought about what sort of things you might have at the front desk. So I did like a TV that could be advertising stuff, or it could be security, either or. And I did a trophy case, which you can just see going in there. I'm just kind of thinking about what else, if I could do like a couple of cases, if something else will go there. And then I was just like, no, you know what, I want to just keep it simple. You know, like swim team trophies, you know, that sort of thing. And I did think about what sort of posters would go on the wall, what sort of pictures and that sort of things, you know, watery stuff, or maybe stuff that is advertising stuff, if that makes sense. You know how you sort of see, like they have in public areas, they'll have like a little billboard, like a little tiny poster area that'll advertise something going on. So like your community poster type thing. So those are the kind of things that I thought about putting on the wall, and just adding in, like, you know, lots of little pieces of seating around the place, little bits of seating, you know, little seating areas around the place, so that, you know, Sims could sit down if they are waiting to get into the locker room or the bathrooms. If everything's, you know, full up, then they've got somewhere to sit and wait while they sit and wait. So this is the locker room going in there, and I think I'm using the Snowy Escape one, I'm pretty sure. And the bathrooms, I basically just did those as reflections of each other. So they're going to be the same thing, just round the other way, if that makes sense. So just keeping it all really natural desert sort of woods and, you know, in those sort of tones and the deserty kind of tunes going on. So that was like a community notice board going in there. And it did take me a little fussing around with the bathrooms just to work out how I wanted those to sit. I was kind of like trying to do too much of them and just like put a couple of toilets in and then a couple of showers, just like simplified, because there's like 2 of the bathrooms. So, you know, just it doesn't need to be over the top as far as, yeah, the Sims can wait. You know, they can sit out there and wait for the toilet if all of the toilets are full. They're not going to be spending that much time on the toilet. So simplify. And I'm just using the same counters. I want to say they're the spa day counters as I used in the sauna. So using those same ones. And I think that's the Parenthood mirror as well, just above there. Pretty certain that's the Kitchen Hustle sink. And then just using the little soaps from Snowy Escape. And I want to say that's Get to Work, those little tissues. What's it called? It's a little tissue holder. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Paper towel dispenser. That's the word. And fire extinguisher. I remembered that. And I'm putting in like a lighting. What would you call it? A little lighting bank, like a whole lot of light switches together. You know, for all the different like various areas and that sort of thing to turn the lights on when you come in, like when the front desk manager comes in, and air conditioning, because obviously we need some air conditioning. And I think we're getting close to the end of the build. I think I've just got the other bathroom that I need to build. I was just putting in some fake laundry because I didn't actually want to put real laundry baskets in there because I thought that's going to be a disaster. So fake laundry baskets rather than the real ones, because I'm just like, I really don't know if like that would end up with overflowing laundry everywhere if I put like real laundry baskets in there. So I did think about that, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to do the decorative one just in case, because I really don't want to have all of this laundry in there that cannot be dealt with because there's no actual laundry machines in the building. So I'm just like, yeah, no, we'll just go with the decorative. Thank you very much. So as I said, I just did the same thing in both the bathrooms. So you've got your towel dispensers there, and then that's the soap dispenser, as well as little soap holders from Snowy Escape, our fake laundry baskets, and a rug. And I think we are just about done with our build. Oh my. Let's take a look at what we did. So here we go, looking on the exterior. So you can sort of see the downstairs pool, and then going around to the side where we have the parking lot, and then that'll move into the kids area. So we will have another look at that soon, but it's got the splash pool, the waiting area, and the actual pool. The onsen, which has like lots of lovely candlelight, which then moves into the lovely barbecue area, where, you know, there's like a seating area with the fountain, so the parents can sort of sit there and they can have like a little family picnic or whatever there as well. And that's a hot pool with a kid falling asleep in there. Then into the sort of the downstairs pool area where you've got like a bar and stuff, and then upstairs, that's the upstairs pool, and then back downstairs again. So once again, you can sort of see the bar and everything there. Back to the playground area and the hot tub again. So then we're moving inside, and you can sort of see the bathroom there. As I said, I kept it pretty simple. And then this is into the sauna area. So you can sort of see little bits and pieces there. It's really lovely and luxe, to be honest. And the front desk area with the trophies and the TV and the seating area and everything there. Fire extinguisher for safety. And that's sort of the floor plan and how that sort of looks from up above. And then moving up to the upstairs area as well, so you can sort of see where everything is. And then looking over the rest of the build, you can sort of see how it's all laid out. I think it works really nicely in the desert. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.